Hi YouTube, it's me, Danny, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Danny and I make vlogs about all things that I'm passionate about, which include travel, aviation, spirituality, manifestation, feminine energy, and I can't think of anything else, but kind of things along those topics. And I was thinking recently that I haven't made any YouTube videos in a while on aviation. Now, if you've been following my journey, you'll know that I'm currently working for QantasLink in Melbourne, Australia. I've been working here for about a year and a half now. I'm enjoying the job. It's very different from international flying, which I did for many years with Qatar Airways and Emirates. I've got lots of vlogs that you can check out on my time with Emirates. But today I wanted to take you with me on a trip that I'm doing with QantasLink because it's something a little bit different than my usual trips. Usually I operate out of Melbourne and I don't really have much time because the flights are really short. They're about an hour in length. I don't really have much time for rest in certain destinations. I guess the most time I usually have is in Tasmania, and I think I've done a YouTube video before on Devonport. I'll link it up here somewhere. That's where I tend to stay a lot, so I don't feel inspired to create more and more videos on Devonport. There's only so much you can do there really. But today I'm going to Cairns. So as part of QantasLink, we're trained on the Dash 8 and we can fly. For myself, those of us that are trained on the Dash 8 aircraft, we're able to fly out of Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane and Cairns. So sometimes I get to go to a different state and then operate the regional flights from that base. So that's what I'm doing today. So I'm going to Cairns, which I'm so excited about. I really like the hotel there, so I'll show you guys the room once I arrive. I'm so excited. It's such a good trip because today I am literally just traveling as a passenger to Cairns. So that's why I'm in my civilian attire and I'm just traveling as a passenger. Hopefully I get business class. I don't know how full. I haven't checked the loads for the flight. Sometimes we get upgraded to business class if there's seats available. Even if I'm going in economy, it doesn't really matter, but it's such an easy trip. Like, I'm not actually operating the flight, so I get to travel to Cairns, then I stay overnight in Cairns, and then tomorrow morning I'm operating a flight to Weipa and back. I think I pronounced it correctly. Cairns, if you're not familiar, is like right up the top of Australia. So if I show you a map of Australia, Cairns is at the very top, and then that little pointy triangle thing at the top of Cairns, there's a place called Weipa. Like, it's really high up at the top of Australia. So I'm flying there and then back, and then I have another afternoon in Cairns, and then I leave the next day. So the following day I'm just traveling as a passenger again back to Melbourne. So it's a really cruisy duty. It's not always like this. I'm not trying to sell the job with QantasLink, but sometimes, yeah, it's like such, it can be really amazing. Sometimes the duties that we get here, it's just like, it feels like a holiday because Cairns is very tropical, it's sunny. I'm hoping it's not raining, but I'm so excited. I want to check out the hotel pool because I haven't had time to check out the pool before, and I'm flying with one of my friends, so it's going to be such a fun trip. I'm really looking forward to it and I want to take you with me. So with that said, let's go to Cairns. have arrived in the hotel. I love this hotel personally. I believe it's one of the best hotels that we stay at for QantasLink. Definitely not the best hotel I've ever stayed at in my flying career, but definitely for QantasLink, I personally think that the Cairns hotel is one of the best ones that we stay at. So I'm so excited to be here for 2 nights. This is the first time I've had like 2 days in Cairns, and you know, I'm not operating that much. I'm just doing 2 flights tomorrow morning, and then I have the whole afternoon and evening free. So tonight, it's Saturday night, I'm in Cairns, and I'm also flying with a beautiful colleague of mine, Amanda, and I love her. She's got such a great vibe about her, and she joined the company not too long ago, and we've developed quite a beautiful friendship. And we're going to go for dinner with some of the girls that live in Cairns that she did her ground school with. So when you become a flight attendant, before you can actually fly, you have to go to ground school, or you have to do like study and pass exams before you get your wings and then can fly the aircraft. So when you do your training for QantasLink, you're with different people from all over Australia, because as I mentioned, we fly the same planes in Cairns, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide. And so I know for my ground school, I was from Melbourne. There was a few of us from Melbourne, but there was some people from Sydney and Brisbane, and we had one girl from Cairns as well. So it's really great because you get to meet people from all over the country, and you do the training in Sydney. So I'm with her, and her friends are gonna come and pick us up and take us to a place called Little Sister, I believe it's called. And they haven't been there before, but one of the captains actually suggested this place. It's a really nice wine bar, and it's like on the water, I believe. So yeah, it'll be really nice. I have never actually been out and explored Cairns, so I'm gonna hopefully tomorrow afternoon I can go have a look around the city, but it'll be nice just to go for dinner and maybe have a drink on the water tonight with some good company. So yeah, I'll take you with me, but I'm so far loving it here, and I hope you enjoyed my room tour. I thought I'd do it now before I mess it up completely. All right, let's go. Cairns. I had quite a late night last night. Like after dinner we went for a walk along the beautiful waterfront of Cairns. It's so nice here. I'm gonna sound like a bit of a weirdo, but I love trees, and the trees here are so beautiful. They're so magical. Like the roots, they span out so far and wide, and like different branches come out on the trees, and then it roots down into the earth. It's just stunning. Like I think I got a few videos last night which I'll show you guys, but yeah, I'm obsessed with just the nature here. It's so different to Melbourne. It's so interesting. I was having a conversation with my colleague last night just about how diverse Australia is. Like, you know, you go from one city to the next, and yeah, like Cairns to Melbourne is about a 3-hour flight, and it's just so different. Like the landscape, it's like you're in a different country. That's how it feels. Yeah, Australia is so amazing. Like I'm still, you know, I've been living here for so many years, and I still feel this sense of awe when I travel to new places and even revisit places that I've, you know, been coming to and going to since I was a little girl. So yeah, Australia, I feel so blessed to live on this land. Anyway, that's a bit of a tangent, but yeah, I'm enjoying myself. I had a really long sleep. I pretty much slept in, like, I slept really late today for me. Usually I'm an early bird, I wake up early, but I slept in. I just was like, you know what, I don't need to wake up early for any reason. My body just felt really tired, and I think sometimes you just got to listen to your body and give it what it needs. And yeah, so I had a nice sleep, and then I've had a bit of a slow morning, and now I'm ready, as you can see, for my flight to Weipa. So Weipa is like right, I think I mentioned, at the point of Australia. It's like really high up, and it's cool that we get to travel that far. Like I think Weipa is like the furthest, the highest point that I've traveled to in Australia, even though we don't really have time to go out and explore. But like it's still cool to fly that high up. I'm literally just doing like one flight there and then one flight back. I think the flight is about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, so it's not too long. And then I should be back around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then I have the rest of the afternoon to just enjoy myself in Cairns. I'm hoping it doesn't rain because the weather, it's really warm here, but it's also very tropical, so storms and rain showers are really normal. I'd love to go to the pool, so I hope that it doesn't rain this afternoon. I'll go to the pool. Well, I better get going now because I have to be downstairs for my pickup for my transport, which will take me to the airport, and then I will be traveling to Weipa. So I just got back from the airport. I did my flight and it was amazing, very smooth, very easy duty. I feel so blessed that I get to come to Cairns for 3 days, and I operated like 2 sectors. It was amazing. So now it's funny because one of the women who was traveling as a passenger on the flight, she actually works with me in Melbourne. She was traveling with her partner, just leisure travel, staff travel. And she was saying that the aquarium in Cairns is really worth visiting. So me and the other flight attendant that I'm on this trip with, we were like, yeah, we'll go to the aquarium. And then once we got back to the hotel, we checked online, and the aquarium closes at 3:30, and it's about 3 o'clock now. So unfortunately not going to the aquarium this afternoon, but potentially we might go tomorrow morning before our flight back to Melbourne. However, one of the girls that we went for dinner with last night, who's also a flight attendant with QantasLink, but she works in Cairns, she lives here, she's in town, and she wants to take me and the other flight attendant, Amanda, to I don't know if it's like a lake or something to swim in. Apparently there's no crocodiles. I hope not because crocodiles are very famous in this part of Australia, believe it or not. So if you're watching from abroad, you might have heard that Australia, we have all these dangerous animals like crocodiles and sharks and spiders and snakes, which we do. Crocodiles don't so much frequent in Melbourne, so I never have to worry about swimming and there being crocodiles. But apparently, yeah, in Cairns it's like super duper common, so you have to be very careful if you're swimming in any body of water, even in the ocean. People don't swim in the ocean here because there's crocodiles, but apparently this one doesn't have crocodiles. And the girl that's taking us is Indigenous Australian, so she knows she knows that she's been brought up here, so she knows Cairns very well. So I trust that she will not take us to a crocodile infested water so we don't get eaten by a crocodile. But yeah, that's not on the agenda for this trip. But I am excited to go swimming because I was going to go to the pool instead, but I personally hate chlorine. Like I just hate swimming in chlorine water. I love swimming in the pool, but yeah, chlorine's a bit just harsh, I find. So the fact that we're going to go swim somewhere, you know, in a beautiful natural reserve, that is just so much more my vibe. So I'm so excited to check this place out, and I'm sure it's going to be really nice if she wants to take us there because we're both traveling from Melbourne, so she wants to show us around Cairns, and this is like a local spot. So I just find like if you can go somewhere and have a local take you to places, take you to restaurants, show you around, it's just such a different experience than if you're traveling by yourself or with other tourists, because you just end up going to the touristy spots usually. So this will be really nice. I'm so excited. So let's go. I'll take you with me. I'll show you where we swim. I have no idea, but I love spontaneous adventures. Like I'm so excited. Like this is so out of the blue, but I'm so excited. Boulders.
Babinda Boulders.
We're in the Babinda Boulders.
Kylie, shut up! Stop touching me!
This. Oh my god, I'm scared.
My mum was telling me that. Are you behaving yourself or you're looking like it? How magical is that?
Welcome to day 3 of my vlog in Cairns. Yesterday afternoon turned out to be one of the most amazing afternoons. Like I love spontaneous adventures, and I really didn't have any expectation. Like I mentioned yesterday, like I was not expecting to go to the creek, and it just turned out to be such a magical day. We went to this creek where there was so many like just Indigenous people, the locals, swimming, children, just people of all ages just having fun and just like spending time in, you know, the most simplest way. And it was just so gratifying, like just spending time in a natural body of water, and there was something so pure and innocent about it. It just really brought me back to, I don't know, what's important in life. I think, you know, especially those of us that live in modern cultures, the Western world, we can get so wrapped up in like the everyday, like going to work, making money, just spending time inside buildings, inside in general, and, you know, in front of computers and on our phones. And yesterday I spent the afternoon just in nature, in good company. What I loved about the girls that took us to all of these sites outside of Cairns, like, you know, out like bush, it took us about an hour to drive there, maybe less, maybe 45 minutes. But we went to the rainforest, we went to these creeks, these beautiful creeks, and we went swimming, and it was just so wholesome. And I think Amanda and myself, we just felt so nourished from like a soul level, and it just made me reflect like what's really important in our lives. We don't need all these things that we think we need, you know. What we truly need, I believe, as humans, we're all the same. We're all the same species, regardless of our skin color, of where we grow up, what part of the world we're from, regardless of our age, our gender. We're all human beings, and what we truly need is more nature, more just like spending time with good people, with family, friends, just people that nourish us, that make us feel that we can just be ourselves with. And there's something so regenerative about that. Like that just feels so good, just from on every single level, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like just everything. My cup felt so full, and it just made me reflect on my life and just how much I want to spend more time outside, like getting outside of the city. If I have a day off, like going hiking, or just going to the beach, or like going somewhere and just spending the day not doing and just being. I just think there's so much we can learn from nature, you know, just the way that it is, like from the trees, and they're not forcing anything, they're just being themselves, they're just moving with the rhythms of life. And we as humans, we have lost that completely. And I know I'm just going on such a tangent now, and you've probably watched this video to see what, you know, like how life is as a flight attendant. But really, like my takeaway from this whole Cairns trip has really just been, come back to nature, come back to yourself, who you truly are, and stop worrying about all this like external things that all of us are like striving to obtain, to receive that happiness, to receive that fulfillment. We think all of these things in the external world are going to nourish us, but really it's just like the most simplest things. And if we make more time for that, I just think we as humans would be so much more happy and so much more rich. And it's made me really reflect on what is abundance, because right now, after yesterday's experience, I feel so abundant. And it's not about money, it's not about material possessions, it's literally about feeling full, because I get to have these beautiful experiences with amazing people that I probably would have never met in my whole life. Like if I didn't do this job and I didn't get to meet the people that I get to meet and travel to these places that most people are not getting to travel to, like I just feel so blessed. I feel so blessed, and what a beautiful, beautiful experience, how nourishing and how abundant I feel right now. So anyway, I know this was just such a random tangent. I could go on about this all day, but I just feel so lucky. And it's not about being a flight attendant, it's not about going to Cairns, it's just about, you know, coming back to nature and just the simplicity of life. And it's really just, it's so easy to feel happy and abundant. We don't need as much as we've been sold. Society that is telling us we just need to obtain more. And if you can just escape that sometimes and just like spend a day outside or spend a day with friends doing something really wholesome that makes you feel good, oh, there's just so much medicine in that. There's so much medicine. So that's all I wanted to share with you. I'm going back to Melbourne now. Our flight from Cairns to Melbourne got cancelled, so now I'm traveling as a passenger from Cairns to Sydney, and then I have to change flights Sydney to Melbourne. So it's going to be a long journey home, but I don't mind because this trip has been amazing. It has been beyond what I was expecting. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And thank you for coming along with me. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like it, then make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to stay up to date with more content from me. I say this every video, but I really want to create more and more YouTube videos for you guys. I absolutely love YouTube. I have so much fun creating vlogs, and it's such a passion of mine, just making videos, and I really intend to do more of that in 2024. So if you like what you see, then make sure you subscribe, because I love to hang out with you some more. Until next time, take care of yourself. See you then. Bye.